Introduce yourself and tell me a little bit more about yourself and your experience.
I'm Amandine. I'm from France, from Paris. I have a background in international B2B events organization, and today I'm launching my own business project, impact-driven project. Today, nowadays, not today, but no, but I'm about really to launch it, and thanks to the break, it's definitely I will go faster now, faster and further.
Tell me more about the project.
My project is a project to help workers to reduce and manage their stress, boost their creativity, reinvent the notion of productivity, and develop their impact. I want to draw in the water energy to do so. So I will organize work stay, team retreat, team offsite by blue spaces. So blue spaces are all the water surface in nature, so seaside, ocean side, lake and river. And I want to bring the teams in this space to work, but also to enjoy some well-being, wellness experience in the water. Because there is a lot of research beyond my own intuition and your intuition that we feel really good when we are in this kind of spaces. There is a lot of research showing the positive impact of water on our mental well-being, physical well-being, and social well-being.
Definitely, cannot wait to be a client. How long is a perfect? How do you call them? Is it retreats or?
I'm still working on this actually, because it's supposed to be also stay where you will also work, at least on a business project, business objective. But so I really want to design a new kind of work experience. I'm really focused on the work experience, and my target are really companies that want also to help their employees to develop skills and qualities to achieve their personal fulfillment, but also to achieve something bigger for the companies in terms of business and development and impact. So I'm still looking for the right term about this.
Okay. I'm Mara, I told you that already. I'm Romanian, and right now I'm living actually in Romania, in Cluj-Napoca. What I'm doing, I'm a psychotherapist actually, and for now I have like my own practice. I have my clients, and my dream is actually to expand a little bit and have collaborators, like have a center that has like more mental health services, not only psychotherapy. It would be like maybe mindfulness, yoga, or we could give like workshops or retreats.
Okay, so I work as a content manager for an NFT news website, and it's also a marketing agency in the metaverse. And I'm a digital nomad.
Where are you from?
I was born in Bulgaria, but when I was 6, my family moved to South Africa. So I grew up there, and yeah, I don't know where I'm from.
And you said you're a digital nomad, you travel a lot. We're gonna cover that topic in a bit. But first, okay, everybody here was asking, what is Web3? What is exactly what you do? We cannot wrap our hands around it. Can you explain it to somebody who's never heard about crypto and, well, so on?
Yeah, so I mean, Web3 is a very big term. So that includes anything that is related to blockchain, basically. So it can either be specifically about blockchain technology or NFTs or crypto or DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance. So there's many different aspects of Web3 as a whole. But my niche is NFTs, which are basically digital tokens. So it's just a token with a code on the blockchain, which represents a physical or a digital item. Right now, it's mostly used for digital items because it's kind of difficult to link it to a physical item, and it's used to prove like the original piece or who owns it.
Yeah, like a certificate of ownership.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Serena. I'm from Australia originally, but I moved to London in, I think it was 2014, but I lived there for 7-8 years, and then my husband and I moved to Cyprus because it was such a better life, and we're really enjoying the Mediterranean lifestyle. And in the space of all that moving around and everything, I've been running my business Sense and Forum. It's a community management agency that focuses on providing solutions for startups and small businesses for their communities, how to embrace diverse communities, diversity and inclusion, female-founded communities. I really enjoy what I do, and being on the break has just opened up a whole new space for what my business looks like, and the future of my business. So I'm very excited.
I'm Cachita Fogarty. I'm from Brazil, but I live in Ireland for 9 years, and throughout my whole life, I think it was nearly 15 years, I have been working with project management in the media industry. So I started back home in Brazil, and then when I moved to Ireland, I didn't speak English, so it took me a few years to be able to get back on the field. And then I was working in an animation studio in Ireland as a production manager, doing some cartoons to Netflix, which was a really, really nice experience.
And what is your business about now?
So during this period that I was working in the animation industry, I had time, I think, to go through a self-developed journey and questioning myself about my choices and what I really wanted in my life. And I noticed that I have been managing projects, but I also have been managing people. And I saw one factor in common, that in all the projects I was working, developing people and help them to grow was one of my goals, and I always love doing too. So I decided to change career after nearly 15 years.
Oh my God, okay. How was that, like changing so much and changing the whole field and everything you do?
Being really honest, I think the change of career was challenging, but I think I'm pretty comfortable with that change. I think the most challenging part is to become an entrepreneur. This is something totally apart, and this is something I didn't prepare for, to be really honest. And I did have my ups and downs, and some pretty down. And I think the career transitioning was challenging, but was okay. But entrepreneurship, it's been something that I'm still babying steps and learning, and being here sharing this experience with you and the other breaks has been like a gift for sure.
It is.
I'm from Hamburg in Germany, and I am a social entrepreneur. I'm a founder of Biermarkt, which is a cooperative supermarket to be, and yeah, that's what I do.
Tell me a little bit more about what is a cooperation supermarket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the concept of the supermarket is that you are a co-owner when you become a member. So it's not only managed by a few persons, it's actually a self-managed organization. And it is meant to bring more democracy into the food system. So we, when I say we, it's my co-founder and me, we determined that the food system, within the food system, the supermarket has a huge potential, because it's the interface between producers and farmers and consumers, and it has just a huge potential to have a good impact on social and environmental transformation. And that's why we decided to form a model, or take a model that's already existing, that includes more the voice of the consumers, but also follows the values of fair prices into both directions, producers and consumers, and a lot of transparency focused on price system and transparency, of course, to the supply chain and the impact it will have.
What are your business goals and challenges? Where are you right now? What is your plan?
Right now, my plan is to launch more than an MVP. It's to have pilots, so with real stays. And I want my project to be European, not only French. So I want to organize 2 pilots, at least in France first, south of France, near the Mediterranean Sea, and 1 by the Atlantic. And the other one will be in Spain, because there is so many beautiful blue spaces here in Spain. And we know that because we are in Canterbury right now while we are speaking. And it has been so good to be here and to be able to go by the river at lunchtime or to the ocean on the weekend. And so yes, this is my next steps. And my challenge and goal, but I can see so many potential here now. It's also to build strategic alliances with different kind of partners. So one pool of partners will be accommodation partners, so by blue spaces across Europe, mostly in France, Spain, Italy, first, really around France, and Northern Europe also, why not Switzerland also. And the other pool of strategic alliances will be with experienced partners, so the partners who will deliver the experience in terms of well-being, blue health, also maybe facilitate business objectives, so business workshop, personal development workshop. So this is my next steps are really here. So, strategic partnership and working on the pilots I want to organize early 2023.
My challenges right now, there are many actually. So I am a psychotherapist, I'm a specialist in this, but I don't really have the skills for all the other parts, like social media, how to get well known, and that would be like big challenge for me. And also something that's really important for me is to find people, my collaborators that have like the same values as I do.
What kind of collaborators are you looking for?
Well, for now it would be also like psychologists, psychotherapists, because this is like the service that I provide and that I'm good at, and I want to find people that do the same thing. And maybe like in more years we are gonna expand, to all kinds of specialists. But for now we are gonna do like psychotherapy because we care about the part of mental health. And what I'm doing is actually improve the mental health, the quality of life of people through psychotherapy.
One thing is the NFT News website. So we deliver daily news on what's happening in NFTs because there's a lot going on all the time. And we also get a lot of sponsored content, so all the NFT projects that are launching, like they come to us and we have sponsorship deals with them, and we partner with different companies in the space for different reasons. And then I manage all the content on there. We have like an educational section, a huge one which I wrote, and along with a few other people. And we have the daily news, and then we have like some community columnists that write about different communities in NFTs, like fashion or music or whatever they love doing in the space. And then we have research articles, which are more in-depth pieces about something that happened and just opinions. And then the other aspect is like the sister brand of our news website. It's called Metaverse Residence. So we have virtual billboards in different virtual worlds, and like brands, creators, companies can very easily advertise in the metaverse because now metaverse is the big buzzword and there's a lot going on there, and billions of dollars have been put into developing the metaverse. So there's a big demand for that. People just want to try it out, but they don't really know especially in the blockchain metaverses. People, if you don't know much about it, you need to have some technical background. But what we've created is a really easy interface where it's a Web 2 interface. You just upload your picture and it like pops out in the virtual world on the billboard. So it connects the two worlds. And yeah, we have different packages for that. And also people can host events in these virtual venues in a really easy way without having to have any tech knowledge.
Yeah.
So I am currently almost 15 weeks pregnant. So my big business challenge is to work on what the business looks like as I venture into motherhood. This has been a goal of mine even without the pregnancy, to expand and grow the agency and turn it into something where I can serve more people and more clients. So the future of my business is to build a team, to find clients that align with my values. I'm in my 3rd year of business now, so I feel like I'm out of this kind of starting phase and I'm heading into this growth point. But it's just finding the balance of, financial stability and growth before you start hiring. Yeah.
One of my goals is really help the organizations to change their mindset and really live a more humanized culture in day to day, because I really think the changes we want to make in the world and in our lives start with us, start with people. So this is one of my biggest goals, I can say, for my company.
Challenges are, for example, finding a place, because it is not easy to find a location in Hamburg to rent in a certain neighborhood, because we need a neighborhood of people that are willing to really interested in this alternative supermarket model.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have too high rent, because it's also a very social oriented business model. And so we try to lower the cost of rent, and we actually, because it's community based, I forgot to mention, your membership fee is 3 hours of work each month, so it also lowers the labor cost.
Oh, great. If I can summarize, your call to action right now is, if somebody listens to it, you're looking for these strategic partners that can provide services and places where you have these amazing experiences.
Absolutely.
At first I was also like, no, I don't want to talk about the metaverse, so I don't want to be part of that. And I wouldn't say I'm excited about it, but I can see that it's where a lot of money is being invested in, where a lot of companies are pushing for it, and I guess it's where things are heading. And I think it's nice to at least try and make the best of it. I don't think it's going to be all bad, because I think it's going to be like social media, There will be amazing aspects and then also the negative aspects of it. For me, I'm just excited because my passion is remote work. I love this. And I know a lot of people want to also work remotely, and I think it's going to create a lot more opportunities for people to do that. And I think that's powerful, because then you have so much time to also do other things on the side. And there's so many people who want to develop some communities or eco-living, or just do something that is not in the city. And I feel like remote work opportunities are going to create that chance for people to do it. Because until now, if you don't, either you have some farming business or you're working in the city. But I feel like with the metaverse, we will have a nice combination of both worlds, and there also, I think we'll see a lot more co-living spaces, and it will be kind of a new era, I guess, for the way we do work. So I think that's exciting.
It'd be two people. It'd be those who love community, the sound of working in a community, those people who love people and engaging and communicating and connecting people. Those kind of freelancers, people with the marketing background and events management background, I would love to hear from you, because you're the people I'm looking to hire. And then startups and small businesses with a purpose to put people over profit, have people at the center of their brand, and to really drive change within communities and cultures. I think it's especially important for women and spaces for women or people who identify as women. So I would love to work with brands like that.
Being really honest, like my business, it's a baby. I just started in February. I started with the B2C clients in June last year, but it was just to try to experiment to see if I would like to keep doing. But the business itself just started in February. But the B2C part is going really well. I have a full schedule, and I'm really proud to see the transformation in people's life. And now I think my call to action, I don't know if it's the call to action, but my momentum, let's say, is to start building this inside the organization. So mentoring programs, training, personal and professional development, working these inner and development points that we need to work to develop soft skills. And also, again, to change the mindset, because both, as I mentioned with you as well, one of my big points is regarding values. Because I think it is really important. Being really honest, I lived my whole life without knowing my values. I learned my values 4 years ago when I started my self-development journey. And I think it's a point that everybody needs to connect, because it start making a lot of sense about our past choices and about our present, why sometimes we are not happy, you're not feeling fulfilled, you're feeling that something wrong, maybe because you're disconnected with your values. And I think for organizations is also important, because sometimes what I see is a lot of beautiful values in a website, but I don't see this believing in the day-to-day. And also be communicating with the employees about their values and how they can build together these organization values. Because I think when we start matching, when companies start looking to people who has the same values, and people start looking for companies who has the same values, it's going to be much easier to help people, individuals, to achieve their own goals, because at the end of the day, they want to work in an organization to achieve their dreams, their goals, and also our organization to achieve their goals.
We're talking a lot about the future. I just want to talk a little bit about the past as well.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
I would tell her to dare more, to really believe and trust in her intuition. I've done it, but I should have done it earlier. So yeah, trust your intuition. Go.
Oh, that it gets better.
Don't worry, it gets better.
Yeah, totally. And that you would be able to do everything you want.
That I should, wow, that's a hard one. But I don't think I had the foresight then, or that I even desired that. But I think when I was 18, I always knew I don't want to work in an office or have a corporate job. I never dreamed of that, but I never knew it was possible. Like, I thought you have to be really super smart and amazing and like the most talented person in the world to, like, I don't know, set up your dream life. So I was always like, well, just settle for what is like kind of okay, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess that's something I would tell my 18-year-old, that you don't have to be the best and most talented person to like start creating the lifestyle you want, and to just be more confident in my skills and soft skills at the time, because I didn't have any hard skills. But yeah, I think just to be more confident in going for what I want, because I was always like, oh, but no, maybe no, just, like, oh, no, I don't think it's for me, I cannot do that.
This is very interesting, because I just did a workshop with Cora, and it was about going back and looking at your past and the challenges that you've had and how you've overcome them, or certain aspects. And
intense.
Yeah. Yeah. So in doing so, I learned that every challenge I faced it gave me a new perspective and a new direction to something much greater. So I would tell, now I'm going to cry. This has been a very emotional time for all of us.
We do cry here. We cry every day.
Yeah.
We cry on the interviews
Yeah.
as well. So.
I would tell my 18-year-old self that you thrive in change, and that no matter what gets thrown at you, you pull yourself out the other end 100 times better than what you were before. So, yeah, your purpose in life is to just drive through the change.
Great question. But I think I would tell to my younger self to be more present, to enjoy the moment, to observe, to feel. Because I think when I was young, at 18, I was already working a lot because of many reasons, life situations. And I don't think I allowed myself time to feel and to realize what was actually important. Maybe this is why when I got my after 30s, I got the crisis, the crisis life. But I don't think it was about my age. I think it was about because it was the only time I could stop and stop surviving, running for survival, no, because we need to tick the boxes, get a good job, be successful, buy a house, buy a car, have money, this pressure.
Yeah, and the pressure of what am I gonna become? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
And what is this calling, because I think this pressure of having a calling is getting a lot of anxiety in people, so I think I just would say, experiment, go, explore. I think explore is the right word. Explore the possibilities, but in living in the present. Of course, we need to plan, we need to project the future, and it's totally fine, but you need to be able to live the present and allow yourself to feel, because sometimes we are too much here. I know I am too much hard sometimes, but sometimes, especially nowadays, because we are having so much, how can I say in English? We are having so much stimulation, phones, technology, and everything is so quickly. And our brain is tired, because imagine all day we're in the phones, computers, and trying to solve problems or trying to figure out what's my purpose, what's my calling, whatever it be. So I think we just need sometimes to feel and connect with nature. I think I was not much connected with nature when I was young, and I think it's something I would tell my young self too.
Yes, good question. I think 18-year-old self, oh wow, I was very unsure of what I wanted to do. I was really in a mood where I thought like, oh, later I'm gonna know what I want to do, and just now I want to explore, and just started applying to different things. And just because I was not really sure of what I wanted to do, but I decided for industrial engineering because I was good at maths, and I also was really wanting to be self-independent and to earn enough money to be free. And now I'm actually in a situation where I think it's really interesting, because I don't know, I think I would still go the same way because it brought me where I am. But I could tell myself maybe more to trust the process and to trust in my decisions and in the way that I went. Maybe sometimes take more focus on one thing and not trying too many different things. But yeah, it's just, I think I'm happy that it came that way.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Polly's YouTube channel,
Because she's amazing.